You have this person mad at you. I feel like there could be multiple people that are frustrated with you. I'm sensing someone in particular, though, that may display narcissistic tendencies. They may have an inflated sense of self importance and the need to dominate and control others so they can feel superior. I feel there are people that lack control in their own lives. So controlling others can provide a sense of control and power because this person is feeling powerless in their own life. So instead of taking a look in the mirror and addressing their own issues, they are essentially seeking you out to try to twist and assert some type of control over you. But you're not giving into that. And so this person or these people are incredibly frustrated because you're mirroring something back to them. You're mirroring something back to them. You may not be behaving the way people think you should behave. Okay, Gemini energy. You could have Gemini in your chart. But yeah, you're a mirror. You are a spiritual mirror here. Maybe you are very passionate about certain things. Maybe you have multiple things you're interested in that you can't be put in a box, okay? And I feel that people's perception of you may get destroyed because people think you're one way and then they think, oh, no, you're not. Now they're this way, but then they're this way, but then they're that way. And so people get really frustrated over things that they can't understand. And I feel like people have a hard time understanding you, but I don't think you're a stranger to that. I think that you have been constantly misunderstood. I feel the only thing that is different now is you have accepted it. You're going to do what you feel called to do. You're going to live the way you feel called to live. You're going to evolve and shift and change and, maybe even backtrack. You're going to live out the human condition the way you feel called to do so. And you're going to chase your passions and dreams the way you as an individual feel called to do. You're going to live your life. You're going to feel what you feel called to do. It mirrors back to people feelings of uncertainty. Not being able to predict your moves gives people feelings of uncertainty. What's really happening here, though, is you're mirroring back to these people that they need to spiritually evolve. Your evolution, you not being stuck where you once were. Your ability to adapt in that Two of Pentacles, your ability to adapt, evolve, and change. What's really happening is you're mirroring back to people their own spiritual stagnancy. And people miss the old you, the you that was controllable, the you that was predictable. They miss you giving them all your energy. They miss feeling as if you were perfectly designed just for them, as if they could use you as some sort of energy pull, but you are no longer freely allowing that to take place. Okay. I feel like you have taken some sort of control back. You've taken your power back, and you have people that are grieving this old version of you that was more predictable. You were more consistently showing up in a form, in a way that made them comfortable. And I feel you have let that go. And I feel like you have accepted things and you have moved on from things. And there are people that are grieving this old version of yourself because now you're unreliable. Now you are too unpredictable. You're too spontaneous. They can't control you. And it has them scared because they lack control in their own lives and they wanted to control you. Yeah, where did you go? Where did you go? This could be family members. This could be friends. This could be anyone, really. This could be coworkers. I mean, you're just not showing up the way that you once did that made everyone else comfortable. You are not easily digestible anymore. You're allowing people to deal with their own problems. And one thing is for sure, when you start doing what is best for you and connecting with your higher self and withdrawing from giving people consistent effort who never showed up for you anyway in the past, when you start doing that, when you start doing what's best for you, you're going to piss a lot of people off that were taking advantage. At a time, you were freely giving your energy away and they were giving nothing in return. So you're about to start seeing people really reveal themselves. You're about to start seeing that you were surrounded and catering potentially to narcissistic individuals. Because now that you're not freely giving to them anymore, they're freaked out. They're grieving. They're upset. They're going to try their hardest too to make you feel bad. They're going to try everything they can to make you feel bad for evolving, adapting, and growing. For moving on. Yeah, the Eight of Wands. They're going to try to make you regret your decision to evolve and expand and move on and do what's best for you and pour into yourself. Because these people refuse to change. These people enjoy their own pain, okay? These people don't take accountability. These people would rather tell everyone else how they should operate in this world versus actually changing anything about themselves. These people would rather micromanage another person instead of actually taking the steps to change their own life for the better. That's how obsessed they've become with your energy. And the control they once had over you is gone. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. Deal with your own problems. You're no longer an emotional crutch for people or whoever this person is. You are experiencing life right now as this full energy. You could be off to new beginnings here, willing to learn with an open heart, willing to discover new layers of yourself. Looks like you're traveling light here. You're releasing the negativity. You're being lighthearted, not taking things overly seriously. That's the Fool. You're off to a new adventure, a new phase in your life. And people feel stuck where they're at because they haven't made the necessary changes that you yourself may have even suggested they do. You may have even guided this person. And though they were absorbing that energy from you and that guidance, they did nothing about it. So they're where they're at. And they want to blame you because they're still where they're at and you are no longer where you were at. They want to make it your problem. So the reason why this message is coming out is because as you grow, evolve, and adapt and move forward, as you move on to new adventures, you're going to have these people that are desperately clinging onto your energy that have not done the inner work, that are feeling stuck and stagnant, that are grieving this old version of yourself that you gave freely to these people. I mean, every ounce of your energy you just gave. You're no longer doing that. They're grieving this and they want to make it your problem. But it's not your problem. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Spirit Guides, Universe, give me two more. The Knight of Wands. And I feel like if this is your message, the Star. Do not let people fit you into a box. Do not let the perceptions of others cause you to remain the same. There's Aquarius energy here. This is about authenticity. This is about being authentically yourself, regardless of what other people think about it. And they will throw tantrums. It will come. It is coming. It is coming. They will try to guilt trip you into going back to a version of yourself that you no longer resonate with, because they can sense you leveling up, you investing in yourself more. They can sense that you are in a more fun, loving, free-spirited energy, and they're stuck and stagnant and doing nothing about it. Because let's go back. They would rather control your actions and dictate you because it makes them feel comfortable and in control when they lack control in their own lives, when they don't even look at themselves. It's easier to tell somebody else what they should be doing than to look at yourself and realize what you need to be doing. So I feel continue investing in yourself, Seven of Pentacles. Continue tending to your garden, nurturing your garden, planting those seeds, having fun, enjoying life, being in the present moment, being spontaneous. Being spontaneous. This is you beating to your own drum. That's what you must do. You must beat to your own drum and live a life for yourself and not for others. I see you putting into yourself. I see you looking better, feeling better. You know, maybe really pampering yourself here for some of you guys. Some of you guys are really pampering yourself and doing what's best for you. And it's got people mad. And instead of them taking control of their life and doing what they need to do and focusing on themselves, they want to try to control you. But you are currently this spiritual rebel. Nobody can control you. And you're going to have people mad at you for it. And this is you throwing your hands up and walking away. Okay, be disappointed. If it disappoints you that I am living in my authentic energy and self and making the decisions I want to make, if that disappoints you, okay, I accept that. Doesn't matter. Because this is your life and not their life, right? So I do see you walking away from this. I do see you not afraid. You're not afraid to disappoint people anymore. This is your message. You are being applauded right now. Your guides are on board with this new version of you. It does say balance spirituality and practicality. We are humans at the end of the day. Yes, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Balance spirituality and practicality. Don't forget that you're meant to have a human experience. That's why we're here. Let's get you an angel number. Let's get you an angel number. If you're still here. Spirit Guides Universe, give me an angel number. Confident. Okay. Confidently move forward into this beating of your own drum. You are evolving spiritually. As a matter of fact, the more lighthearted you become, I feel the more spiritually evolved you are. Okay. You start looking at things as things that people find to be super serious. You may start to view them as being kind of silly. The human experience being silly in general, for the most part. But your guides are really wanting you to confidently beat to your own drum and do not let anybody try to guilt trip you into going back into an old version of yourself just because they're still there and you are long gone. You're meant to evolve. You're meant to change. It is not your problem that other people have problems. Angel number 13. It says you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you steadily work toward your goals. Confidently move forward. That's what I have for you. I hope this gave you clarity, and I will see you in the next one.